this year the children performed very, very well. But you also see less in the middle and either very well at the top or a bunching at the bottom also of um, in terms of performance. But you're also going to see tomorrow that uh, children are separated from the top school to a list A school by percentage points, literally, by decimal points. You're going to see grade 95 and 94% getting list A schools like Brigham and Berbice High and Anna Regina. Now, I want you to remember this. If we could fit 1,000 children into Queen's College, everybody who got from QC to Charles, Christchurch and Brigham and Berbice High and Anna, they will all fit into Queen's because they're capable of doing schoolwork that Queen's College will teach and doing very well at the exit exams, but we simply don't have space. So what's the next thing we have to do? We have to make sure that all schools have what the students enjoy in the top performing schools. And in many regards, we have gotten there. We don't speak enough about it, but you have schools like Christchurch and Brigham with a 95 matriculation rate, 95%. We don't know that because they're not allowed to write 20 subjects. So you'll never see them topping at CSEC, but they're passing, matriculating 95% of their children. You know, we celebrated last year Abram, Anna Regina giving us the region's top children, but Abram Zool actually had the better matriculation rate in the high 70s, I think. And so the conversation has to shift. I can tell you what we're doing at the ministry though. You see this school, this is Bishop's, and we just built this sixth form block or another block. We have just done a complete walkthrough of the school to see exactly what's needed, which pipe needs fixing, which toilet needs fixing, which stairway needs painting, and all of that will be done over this holiday. We just did the same thing for Camberville Secondary. We're now building out a new block at East Rumvelt. St. Winifred's just got a new block secondary. And so all schools are going to have some of the same things. For example, all the national and list A schools are going to, we're going to say to them in a circular or memo, whatever we call it officially, that all children can write as many subjects as they want once they meet the requirements of finishing the SBAs and so on. We are going to allow all children anywhere to cross stream. This school, Bishop's, you miss it by 1 mark from Queen's, and currently they don't allow children to cross stream. So the highest number of subjects you can write at Bishop's High is 12. Whereas if you'd gotten 1 mark more, you're allowed to write how much ever you want at Queen's College. Now don't get me wrong, because I know your viewers are going to come after me. We're not encouraging many subjects. We're saying children must have a choice. And which school you go to shouldn't determine what choices you have. We're also going to say cross-streaming is allowed. We're going to allow children to write math, English A and or English B in 3rd or 4th form or 5th form. And if they write it and they pass, they don't have to write it back in 5th form. And this is across the board. All schools will have the textbooks they have asked us for by September, high schools. All schools will have the same staffing. So we're saying head teachers are not going to teach. We're giving, depending on the size of the school, 2 deputies. We're giving them less periods to teach, more SMs. And so the service at the school is going to be the same, with the intent that outcome at the end will be similar, or at least children wouldn't suffer any lost opportunities. I'm very pleased to say now, even as we speak, I had the pleasure of calling some families this morning to say, please come to our release ceremony tomorrow. And those are usually the children who perform very well. And I could tell you even before we begin that some of them are not coming to Georgetown, they're choosing to stay in their regions. And that's because they have confidence that once we do the things we say we're going to do, and that we have begun doing, once we continue that and expand on it, that the kids will have a solid education with the added benefit of being loved and protected and cared for at home.